the 79 Scout International, some final assembly. The fenders are now bolted on. All the bolts are there in the wheel wells as well. Getting ready to do the final bolts, which are on the inner fender to the front valence. So this is for both fenders, are on with painted hardware. Behind the dash here is the 1000 ohm resistor that was wired in yesterday. Back here on the taillight section, I have the latch, and now the seal is installed all the way around to the top here, as well as the other latch. Tailgate has had some undercoat, the new cables bolted on, as well as the new license plate wire fed through the tailgate into for the license plate. The hinges are greased, so these will now get bolted on when the tailgate is ready to go here. The grill piece as well as the lower valence have been lightly bolted together here. There's bolts every couple inches on the back side, as well as the headlight clips have lightly been installed for the headlight bezel, as well as the headlight rings are back there. The signal light clips installed as well. Pretty much new hardware. The latches have been greased. The push button for the tailgate shifter's been painted. Now I'm just going to the rear tail lights, which will be getting worked on as we have full length wires to replace on these two. And some little hardware that's been kind of silver painted for the tailgate. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the 79 Scout International. Rear seats will be getting bolted on. This rear cover has been undercoated. Just grabbing some hardware for that. I'm going to this driver or passenger side. I have installed the antenna today and have run it into the firewall wheel well here. Just need to run it up to the dash so we can install the radio. Here on the door jamb is the holes for the VIN number plate. So that will be getting riveted on shortly here before the door goes on. And then lastly, I'll be able to install the doors and start getting the mirrors in, the quarter windows, as well as the fuzzy felts. All brand new seals and mirrors. Okay, so here we have the Scout taillight that has been lightly refurbished. I have new kind of wire ends on there, painted bezel, new light sockets, reverse lights, and brakes, as well as added extra ground, which grounds the bezel to the body to make sure the lights work. And then it painted the inside as well, silver. Installed the bulbs, and then gave the light outside bezel a light paint strip with steel wool of the overspray that was previously on there, and then a light chrome polish using some good old Autosol metal polish. So this taillight's done, and it will be getting installed, and then it should turn out exact same as the driver's side. Okay, close to the end of the month here on the 1979 Scout restoration. Briefly, the windshield was installed at the glass shop, and then today the wiper linkage and windshield frame was then installed onto the body here. Some light assembly before the doors are going to go on and get assembled. Rear bumper is fitted. We have insurance now, so we'll be putting the license plates on. The grille and bezels for the headlights are here. Just got a coat of satin black. We'll be unmasking them, and there'll be a little bit of chrome on there. We have a gas cap here that has a rubber seal on the inside that might be getting replaced with a new cap. We do have a new seal around the outside already. Dash pad is installed before the windshield frame went on, and new glass. So I'll be getting ready to put this front cover on. That will be getting the windshield wipers fluid and hoses going there. And then I put the wiper blades on. And then I'll be moving to final assembly on the doors here. Shifter cover. And get the doors mounted. After the doors are mounted, I'll be booking in the gentleman to stop by and put a stripe. So the stripe will be getting put on just under the byline here, over the marker light, I believe, and then front to rear, across underneath that body line. So when the doors are all lined up and all the panels are fastened tightly, that will happen. Minor little bit of mechanical needs to be done. Leaf springs need to be swapped to the new leaves we have. We have 4 new shocks coming in. And then we have to move the exhaust pipe. Can get moved and tucked up underneath the rockers a bit here. And then I'll install the stainless exhaust tips. The new Vision rims from OK Tire will be showing up hopefully by the end of next week. Tires are in stock, and we'll be mounting new rims and tires on the Scout here. And then we'll finally make it out the door for a wheel alignment and a little bit of a test and tune on the motor, and get the AC compressor filled full of fluid for the AC. Double check that the defrost works on the windshield. And then we'll be moving on to fitting the canopy top one last time before this project is roadworthy. I have the window getting some cleaning and light polishing on the stainless and preparing to install the side glass windows. Mirror has been mounted, door handles, locks, as well as the door jamb seal nicely around the perimeter, up the door jamb, as well as continuously through to the windshield frame. Have the seal on the top for the hard top. Taking a look at the driver's side here, same sort of scenario, door handles, mirrors, door seals installed. On this side I have a bit more assembly done, so the door latch as well. The window mechanism is in here, ready for the glass, door handle, and the other piece of the door mechanism. So taking a look at some final bits, I have a product called mohair showing up. This mohair goes inside this channel This is for the channel for the glass to slide up and down in. So the mohair is just a light, fuzzy kind of carpet material that's going to be a guide for the window. So we got the left and right of those. And that's a guide for the glass to slide up and down on the back here, all the way up and all the way down. And then we have the door fuzzies that will pop on after it's installed. Okay, minor update on the Scout. Leaf springs and shocks have been installed. So these are new leaf springs, shocks, and then as well upper bushings on the shackles and bolts. So the rear was done yesterday. Moving up to the front here, front leaf springs have been installed as well now, and new bushing in the upper shackle. These upper drop links for the high steer have been painted and torqued. The ends here have been torqued and cotter pinned, and light wheel alignment is needed now, as well as steering adjustment. And then we'll also grease up all the joints. The front shocks here, there's been a little bit of a dilemma, so that will be getting looked at tomorrow. Front bump stop is here, lightly bolted in just to get some measurements on how much it's going to get extended. So the bump stop has about 2.5, 3 inches here before it bottoms out. And we're going to drop that down probably another inch, just so there's a little bit less travel till it hits the bump stop. On the passenger side here, the same scenario. The bump stop is going to get lowered, so it's a bit closer for clearance here. It gives you less travel. This is due to the clearance issue we're having with the steering box and the upper high steer. Got about an inch of clearance here now. As well as the leaf spring has been installed, as the other side. New bushings and nylock bolts. Shocks are getting ready to install. Some nuts and bolts are fastened on the underside and torqued together, as well as taking a light look at the exhaust and making sure there's going to be enough clearance and where to cut it to tuck it up an extra inch, probably an extra 2 inches. Again, cotter pins are in on the steering. The tie rods are torqued and the upper links ready for a wheel alignment. Just going to adjust the bump stop again, probably weld on an extra inch onto the top here and slide it up through the bottom. Taking a look at the engine bay. These two coil packs are swapped around because there was a misfire in cylinder 3 here. So I swapped them around to test if there was a coil pack issue, and now the engine code doesn't seem to be popping up a misfire. So that's a little bit of a kind of a diagnostic, and I will keep an eye on. Injector 4 here had an O-ring leak that has been replaced, and that is now not leaking.